Welcome back to more Heaven Will Be Mine. Now, my plan for this game is to do something like this. We're going to play through each route once, mainly to see if some of the same choices come about. Like, if we're essentially intersecting on the same events throughout the course of this story, just from a different pilot's perspective. If not, then we'll definitely revisit the other routes and just see what comes of the other choices, and ultimately try and get all of the endings that we can, all the achievements. So let's just jump right back in. It's been a while since we've been in here. Last time, we were in the shoes of the Crun Macula for Cradle's Graces. So we have one of these other two here. We can either side with Memorial Foundation and Lunaterra, or Celestial Mechanics and Saturn. Now, so what was interesting about the three factions? Just bringing back memories of what I remember about the three factions. Memorial Foundation wants to bring humanity back home, and will attempt to by force. Cradle's Graces says that if Earth wants to give up on starting a new life in space, then Cradle's Graces wants to live in space. So, Memorial Foundation wants to bring everyone home and force kind of bring them back under the normal fold, the normal confines of Earth, the normal societal norms, so to speak. Cradle's Graces wants to throw all those out the window and let humans be free to live in space and be whoever they want to be. Celestial Mechanics is interesting. Oh god, I forgot. Celestial Mechanics wants to advance humanity to its next stage, and Saturn wants to flirt. But there's no reason we can't do both. Combat style, button mashing. Bedroom style, button mashing. Celestial Mechanics. Again, I don't know if we advance to the same endgame on either of these routes, but Celestial Mechanics kind of proved to be the most nefarious here, kind of inciting war between us, while Cradle's Graces kind of wants to be left alone in space, although there's a little bit of insidious something going on there. And Memorial Foundation wants to bring everyone home. Celestial Mechanics wants to advance humanity by becoming the new existential threat, to give humanity something to unite over. So, let us live free and be whoever we want. Let us go back home and live under the normal societal pressures. And let's just become the villains so the rest of humanity can come together. We're gonna play Saturn's route this time. Oh, Celestial. Whoa. Welcome, Original Test Pilot Saturn. Your clearance is level 1. Testing and maintenance. Warning. Potential damage to cockpit hardware detected. Warning, modifying or tampering with cockpit hardware and or firmware is strictly prohibited. Saturn, what are you doing? Bypass override accepted. Launch temp blocked. No handshake with base. Oh, hey, Mercury. Not much. Launch temp blocked. Base handshake spoof detected. So yes, that's right, Saturn was the hacker. Just hacking the OS root of the ship self. You? Base handshake 22.224%. Base handshake accepted. Trying to stop some brat from hijacking the prototype, apparently. Emergency launch override initiated. Prepare for launch in T-minus 120 seconds. Calm down, Mercury. I'm just borrowing it. I am not debating. I am trying to save your life. The commander will be furious, and he won't just accept you stealing the Cornerstone project from the designated pilot. Not a big deal. I'll have it back before you know it. This is privilege interference, but the designated pilot has to launch right this second to get that machine back to Earth before they get here. This is the worst possible time. It couldn't be worse if you had planned it. Everyone in the system suddenly somehow knows this base's location. They're heading here now. User launch override blocked. Denied by base. Oh, wow. Weird. How did that happen? User launch override blocked. Denied by base. User launch override blocked. Denied by base. You planned it, didn't you? You forgot an apostrophe. Base override. Remote shutdown in 30 seconds. No one can prove anything. Especially not the designated pilot, unconscious in Locker 27. Whoops, looks like they're trying to kick me out, huh? Saturn, I know you're mad, but you can't do this. When they catch you, it's going to be so bad. Can you just please act like you're just pranking them? There's still time. I will beg them. Oh, such a worry wart. I've got hours to evacuate to the capital ship. I'll never engage you this far from base, and I'll be distracting them. I have it all figured out. Except for how you're going to do anything at all to accomplish that with everybody trying to kill you. Base override. Remote shutdown in 20 seconds. Saturn. Try to have a little faith. Remote shutdown in 15 seconds. Saturn. Calm down, jeez, it doesn't take a genius to drive one of these things to the moon. Who cares which one of us does it? Or do you think I can't? Remote shutdown in 10 seconds. That is not the issue. The commander cares, and you know better than anyone what he's like. Remote shutdown in 9 seconds. Abatus will just have to get used to it, lol. 8 seconds. Saturn, what are you trying to prove? 7 seconds. 6 seconds. So much Mercury. 5 seconds. But give me a little credit. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. I have much higher ambitions than just being a bitch. If sequence missing. Base override cancelled. I almost got worried for a sec, lol. Welcome, assigned pilot. Full permissions granted. Saturn, I'm going to die, and it will be your fault. Oh, come on. I'll get this to the moon safe and sound. And let the Severance project be complete. I'll be very good, maybe, and do everything I'm supposed to, maybe. I know I'm the second choice, but they'd rather have that than nothing, right? Very generous of me, isn't it? They will not accept that. They will sort of have to, though, won't they? The command didn't want me to steal one. They shouldn't have benched me indefinitely. Emergency launch initiated. Let me know when he starts admitting it. Warning. Hostile launch. Catapult locks on. High risk of damage to your ship self. Geez, now they're just being needy. Mercury, isn't it just the worst when someone who doesn't care anymore starts clinging just because you found someone new? Repairing weapon systems. Electrotoxin levels surging. Weapons operational. So gross, though. Emergency launch. Here we go. I can't believe I really did it. I really, really did it. Everyone who said if I was good, everyone who said if I was good I'd get my chance again sure was a liar. I got away and I've got a ship and she's all mine. You're beautiful. I want to know everything about you. I miss this so much. Much better than the test machines when I was in the academy. She is beautiful. She's a wicked machine with a lot of secrets. and just as giddy as her pilot to be free. She's extremely responsive, eager to do everything Saturn wants, so this is String of Pearls. You're even worth reading the manual for. What's in you? You're not hiding anything from me, are you? But Saturn already knows everything in the manual, and more. It's a very cagey document that doesn't do the ship justice and is certainly hiding something. There's plenty of information on how to use her electromagnetic poisons, how to cheat distance and gravity. All of that is fun, but none of that tells her the first thing about how to be a ship. This is useless. How could this help diagnose anything when they don't know the first thing about being a ship? So wrong. Way too dry. That's not what it's like at all. It's a body that's also a soul. It means exactly what it is. That's why it's small, curved in wicked edges in some places, but curved in soft ways elsewhere. Sharp claws and deadly tail, but cute enough to hug. So perfectly suited for Saturn that one has to understand exactly why they wouldn't give it to her. Really perfect. Fits better than a human body. That's reason enough to disobey everyone and run off with it, isn't it? Oh, speaking of. Oh, more threatening emails for Eptis. Missing me already. I gave him a perfectly good deal. For someone who always goes on about mutually beneficial arrangements, he's really having trouble seeing the bigger picture. The time it takes him to realize that, I'm sure I can find something fun to do in this system. Time to test you out and see if it's really true. Can you give me everything I want, down to the last drop? Well, I feel like these might be the same. January 1st, 1980. The long and cold war, where humanity united against its next nemesis, an existential threat from beyond the stars, has been over for a long time. Since the 50s, we've been fighting a war against an existential threat that we cannot understand, cannot perceive, is powerless against the technology of Earth. It's a pretty stupid sort of war to fight, isn't it, when there's enough of a mess down here to worry about? Humanity is already the undisputed authority of reality. We have the physics to prove it. It's time to return to Earth, our home, the seed of the universe. Before Earth takes us back in pieces, let's go home with grace. Yep, there's no future for humanity in space. Let's go home. The group that would eventually become Memorial Foundation. Ooh. The Declaration of Cradle's Graces. January 1st, 1981, 1 year since we declared independence from the Memorial Foundation, the rest of Earth. The Cold War is officially over. And it feels so light without their gravity weighing us down. How can a tiny handful of colonies, terraformers, and schools hold out against the full authority of Earth? Because that ship doesn't fly past escape velocity. To power the ship's cells we made to fight the Cold War, we made tidal resonators to bring the gravity necessary for humans and culture to survive in space. And that gravity is ours now. Enough to make a new world free from the weight of Earth. If Memorial Foundation wants to kill the future, they'll have to come and take it from us. We're thankful for our cradle's graces, but we're not coming back. And here's Celestial Mechanics. Celestial Mechanics is sort of private corporation. Memorial Foundation and Cradle's Graces have been having fun for a little over a year, and nothing is breaking the stalemate. Earth is getting impatient. They have good reason to believe that the existential threat posed by a divided humanity in space is much greater than any theoretically malevolent entity outside the native sphere. While the kids are fighting, Earth is getting ready to list the humans remaining in space as part of the existential threat. When they do, they'll send real weapons and end this war fought with plastic toys. Their justification? We're technically less than 100% human, just not human enough to be something else. It's hard to believe they're really onto us. It's time to make a drastic move. Bring our final piece, the prototype ship String of Pearls we made in the atmosphere of planet Cronus, which will never be Saturn, to the lunar gravity well, where Memorial Foundation and Cradle's Graces are already headed. Whoever controls that place controls human access to space. We can be sure everything will be in place there. Earth or space, we are just short of 100% human. So let's see how much less than 100% we can get. Celestial Mechanics embraces the non-humanity of being in space. Cradle's graces. What's to be human? Be human, just without the limitations of everything else, really. Oh, I love how the display kind of looks like it's you can tell it's been hacked. Okay, don't talk to me. Mercury. You literally missed me first, you nerd. OMG. Harpy. Come on, baby, I'm sorry. What can I do to make it up to you? Give back the ship. Insufferable horror creature. Forward all complaints to Mercury. Mercury, a boy in space on purpose. Communicate Bridge Bunny. Not responsible for Saturn. Oh, God. Come on, I'm obviously not doing that. Please, I'm begging you, listen to reason. You have so much left to live for. Oh, Mercury, come on, we both know that's not true. What do you want from me? A list of girls who will shoot me out of orbit? God. Anyways, don't be a crybaby, I'm fine. Saturn, you are extremely wrong if you think that there's a chance I am at all worried about you. If you come back, all will be forgiven, but you need to bring it back. Mercury, it's fun playing, but I don't think you've been listening at all. Mercury, it's not that ship anymore, it's me. Mercury, you wouldn't ask me to give up my own self, would you? I'm sailing on a ship of myself now, and I'm not giving it up until gravity drags me back, kicking and screaming. I can't deal with you. Aw, thank you, baby. Kiss, kiss. You are a nightmare, and I'm giving up trying to save you from yourself. I love you. I hate you so much. You can't stay mad at me. I can't, and it's horrible, but my revenge will come because literally everyone else in the universe can. Oh, darn. Guess I should have fun while it lasts. Saturn, if you defect, I cannot protect you. Epteus is furious, and he's going to come personally for you if you don't come back. I told you I'd do all the missions. What, don't you believe me, lol? Obviously not. Lol, fair. Okay, let me ask you this. Do you think I'd give up on the Aversion Project? Go on. Epteus wanted us to fight for a new self beyond a ship self, but not even get a taste until the end? Fuck that. My house now. Tell me which of the two of us you trust less, Mercury? Oh. Different sound. Okay. Saturn Day 1. Your apparent promotion. Oh, truce ending effective immediately. To all members of the former Memorial Foundation Native Sphere Existential Research Division, now known as Celestial Mechanics, this message serves as a formal acknowledgement that this branch has violated our trust and broken the provisions of the 1981 Memorial Foundation Consensus by violating Clause 3, development of a variable gravity engine, and Clause 7, installation of a variable gravity engine into the ship's self, String of Pearls. Celestial Mechanics will no longer be listed as a part of Memorial Foundation. It will be formally relisted as an independent entity considered a true existential threat by Memorial Foundation Native Sphere Existential Safety. God, that's a mouthful of a name. We are still offering forgiveness, so please defect as soon as possible while the appeal grace period is still in effect. Please otherwise expect tidal retaliation for existential endangerment of human culture. Halamede, Princess, Memorial Foundation Native Sphere Existential Safety. Halamede. The Princess of... Interesting. Your apparent promotion. Celestial Mechanics Division Lead, Epteus. Good job, Saturn. There's no point in being angry with you, so I'll choose to be proud of you instead. I'll refrain from having you sunk, since that's counterproductive to our intentions for that unit. You're a reserve candidate after all, so you'll do fine. Try not to make it too much of a pain in the ass for me. I'll have Mercury reassigned to you, since he apparently doesn't have a say in the matter. How nostalgic. The two of you have had so much potential. Well, he knows how to do his job, at least. Do your best to not get the string of pearls sunk. We'll absolutely wash you out of the biological interface and reassign you permanently if we get the chance. So prove you're competent enough, and neither of us will have wasted our time. Thanks, Dad. So yeah, our recall. If we recall. Oh, this is going to be an interesting interactions, too. So for the first time, we get to see Lunaterra and Saturn together. This time it's under the dynamic of Saturn and Celestial Mechanics officially defecting from Lunaterra and Memorial Foundation. I am curious to see if this is the same event, though. But okay. Joyride Killjoy. Well, please tell me again how long you're going to be engaged in this. May I stress again, incredibly dangerous, giant waste of time. Until they start sending someone interesting after me, Mercury. The whole fleet would be after you if you hadn't damaged the entire launch hangar when you stole that. Can they even take me out while I'm flying this thing? No, but it won't stop him from trying. Let me stress, this info packet is a gift purely to prevent your ship self from falling into enemy hands, and not an indication of any sort of forgiveness. Let me worry about Ipteus, Mercury. He's going to be a lot less grumpy when I clear the way for us and Celestial Mechanics to return to the native sphere. I've got it all figured out. You absolutely don't, but okay. Did you read the info packet? Ace Memorial Foundation pilot Lunaterra in hot pursuit with escorts planned an attack on the lab. Arrived after you escaped. Do not engage under any circumstances. Boring. But this part was good. I don't expect you to control your impulses, but even given that you're just like that, she is the last person you should be trying to fight on purpose. Sounds like I should definitely fight her on purpose, right? I hate you. Oh, come on. The carrier's never gonna make it out of the system if I don't. You don't know how to pilot a ship, and she's a veteran since the Cold War. You're going to get yourself captured and humiliated, and the ship trashed. So you're saying there's no downside? Why are you doing this to me? And she's 6'1", huh? Your attention to detail is so useful sometimes. Oh. You're using me to cruise? Your taste is so awful. Ugh, I hate you. Whoops, looks like one of our escorts is in range. Sorry, gotta go. Surprise is all I've got, you know? Okay. I wish Europa would stop sending me boys who can't control themselves. Having fun dismantling my escorts? With a string of Pearl's fingers, Saturn carefully peels the mechanical musculature out of the poor ship's arm she's holding. A souvenir of the last of Lunaterra's escorts that she sent crying too easily back to their base. It's still sparking and oozing, and Saturn wishes her ship had a mouth so she could suck it out like crab meat. Oh. Maybe it does have a mouth. The machine has many mysteries the manual doesn't explain, and Saturn is still learning them. Though I suppose Europa's learned her lesson about sending me girls who can't control themselves. Oh, really? Hey, that's really interesting. Mind telling me more? Oh, she's a hacker too. How amusing. There's nothing too interesting on this comm frequency. Aw, you flatter me. But hey, what does that mean exactly? The part about the girls who can't control themselves. I really want to hear more. It means back up that talk first. Or can you land a hit off the comms? Oh boy. Oh. Lunaterra's gravitational field focuses to a single point. Lunaterra isn't budging. She's been through much worse, and so has her ship, followed always by a thin trail from a bleeding wound she never could completely repair. The Mare Crisium is over 2 decades old, but Saturn can't even land a hit. It's regal and stiff, dressed in cold metallics, weathered and refurbished. The archetypical prototype for all other ship selves, still going after all these years. Still furiously untouchable. The string of pearls hasn't gone down no matter how much she's been rammed with that spear. She hasn't even nicked Lunaterra's ship once. Not bad at all for a joyride. She can't get one hit in. Good thing you don't win by looking cool. No mercy for newbies? No. Oh, well then. Lunaterra puts a stake of solid light through the string of pearls' leg and pins it to its own gauze wrapper. Ooh. Doesn't hurt at all. The ship's metals begin molding and reforming around the wound immediately. A ridiculous but unfair advantage. Saturn has no right to complain, but she still wants to. But she's trying to be cool. Everyone wants to, when in the quiet gleam of that always bleeding ship. That's a pretty amazing ship. Think it'll last? Either you're fighting just for fun, because you're that reckless, or you're caught in your own containment wrapper and can't escape orbit yet. And you'd beat me for sure if I played around. I'm not done yet. That's not true. It's actually very difficult to move with a solid light bullet in your leg, but she's not going to let that stop her. Saturn is suddenly closer than she logically could be. Claws bubbling, Lunaterra effortlessly slips away and kicks Saturn's ship directly in the chest. Yeah, you're done. The containment wrapper is still stuck to you, so your movement's off. It doesn't seem to have stopped you that much. Right? It was so rude of them to try and stop me. It seems cruel to take it away when you're having so much fun with it. Same as you, right? Do I know you? Everyone knows Memorial Foundation's perfect ace. But do I know you? Do we? So I do, don't I? Let me out of this thing and I'll tell you. Oh, why should I? Because you can't help yourself. Besides, don't you want a real fight? Can you promise it'll go different? I can promise it'll be more fun. You are asking me to totally abandon my duty to bring you back and do that instead? What, you won't? The legendary pilot who defected from Memorial Foundation, then double-crossed the rebels she abandoned them for, can't be opposed to a little fooling around with the enemy. I guess you do know me. Want to trust each other? Or is it more fun if we don't? Ooh. Both of these options seem like fun. Both of these options seem like a lot of fun. I think for now, Saturn gets him. Oh god, I honestly want to see both of these outcomes. Because they both sound like fun. Let's not trust. Opening futures slowly passed. I'm impressed. Most people would be nervous to have a knife this near their throat. It's not like you can hurt it. So there's nothing to be nervous about, is there? That's true. But you're so new to this, I thought your brain would be overriding the information from the ship. Maybe I'm not new to this. Oh? You were a candidate, so I think that might be true. But you're also trembling, so I think it's not completely true. I'm still very dangerous, you know, Lunaterra. I believe that, for sure. You wouldn't be trembling if you were in my shoes. Yeah, less so. People tremble for a lot of reasons, though. I don't have anything to fear, so please don't project that on me. Well, if you're fearless, what is it then? It could be anticipation, couldn't it? This is very foolish of me. It really is. I have you right where I want you, remember? That might mean I have you too. Your claws are twitching. I thought we promised not to trust each other. I still don't. Then you must really like living dangerously if you're still helping me. I'm having fun. I can tell. If you want to know so bad, that's why I didn't like you. Because you were a test pilot and never got to fly before the end of the Cold War, while idiots like me got to? Ah, I thought so. That's enough. Hold still. Everyone let you have as much fun as you wanted. You were a real huge jerk. I was always jealous of that. Everyone who let me get away with it regrets it now. There. Done. Thanks. For all your hard work. I should leave you something to remember me by. Oh? Ready to fight for real? Oh, so she already, got the containment wrapper off of String of Pearls. I sorta already did. And Saturn has left a claw scratch of hot pink poison seeping on Mare Christian's thigh. How's that? I finally did get a hit in on you. Ha! Good job. They break away, rocketing. Just a little love bite. Pay me back for it next time. Trust me, I will. Okay. Ooh. New comms. Mercury, listen, it's an emergency. I'm sorry about everything, but it's important. You have to tell Commander that I'm getting so late. I'm logging off. Bye. Oh God. I was not even fooled for even a second that this would be useful. Really? Not even for a second. I no longer experience hope as a concept. You freed me from it. Oh, stop, I'm blushing. What do you want from me, Saturn? Oh God, I'm sorry. Good. Do you know any discreet places to make out in on Ares? Goodbye, Saturn. Also, here's the test output to date. Saturn. Goodbye. Aren't you going to read me the data analysis? If it is indeed data you are sending this time and not just nudes. That's rude. I always ask before I send them to you. I don't mind acting as the official art director of Saturn's nudes since you need it so badly, and it's substantially less tedious than data analysis. But if you were as punctual about sending data as cockpit selfies, I would have a lot more data to report. Why are you so incredulous all the time? You just have to loosen up and have some fun, Mercury. Mercury is just trying to do his job. God, poor. You stole the prototype, might I remind you? You can't just continue the field testing as if nothing happened. Why not? Because why would you do anything you didn't want to do? What are you planning? Fine. They've been dying for it anyways. Cool, how'd I do? This is not bad. It's pretty useful. He typed through tears. Don't rub it in. Can't believe your ship self's expanded so much already. What have you been doing with it? Flirting? I think I've been hinting very clearly how. I instantly regret this question. You're supposed to test the prototype in combat. Same difference. Flirting, combat, same difference. Can't believe we invented a ship designed to get into trouble and didn't think. Oh, Saturn is the obvious choice for this. Who gets into the most trouble. We both know why. You were an even more obvious choice than me. Fuck Iptaeus for throwing us both out like trash. Come on, aren't you a little happy to see a little havoc in his perfect garden? I'll be looking forward to you collecting new data. Attaboy. Oh god. Pilot candidate 007 Mercury interviews. Oh, okay. Memorial Foundation Celestial Mechanics extracted. Generation 3 pilot intake. Don't worry, it's just a checkup. Historically untrustworthy scenario. It's just questions, I promise. That's not really a great way to set my mind at ease. Let's just answer the questions, okay, wise guy? Fine. Have you experienced a sense of vertigo or loss of balance for a period lasting more than 2 minutes in the last month? No. Have your eating habits changed at all recently? No. No. Mercury, work with me, please. Why? You work with me? Oh, he's a troublesome boy. If I absolutely promised neither I nor anyone else would do anything at all to stop you from being exactly who you want, or from whatever changes you need, will you at least answer my questions? Sometimes. Maybe. Neither I nor anyone else would do anything to stop you. Okay, that's good enough for me. We're just curious if it's a side effect of life in space, or the educational programming of Dr. Nix. Dr. Nix being the lady who went on to be the backbone of Cradle's Graces, I believe. Or in reference to the behavior of Iptaeus. No, that's backwards. Everyone else seems to get to do whatever they want without limits in space. Why is it weird when I do it? We want to test the effects of space alone, so self-induced changes have to be controlled for don't ask me what's in my endocrine system. It's my endocrine system. Fine, it's testosterone, and I put it there because I wanted it there. Is that enough? Well, I guess that is what I needed to know. If you promise not to ask me about it again, I'll give you all the data I cataloged about the changes. Okay, I get it. You're starting to get it. Stop treating me like a girl, and I'll know when you really got it. Oh. Is that a sign that Mercury sort of self-transitioned? Sort of self-transitioned. It's not sort of. That he did transition. Sort of on his own. Outside of the boundaries of the pilot testing interviews. And that's what Saturn meant when she said that he would have been the perfect candidate too, because he went and did that on his own, outside of their observation. I wonder. That's just one piece of evidence, but that's an interesting one. Recommended tactics, extracted from Narrative OS. Author, Ship Self String of Pearls documentation. The string of pearls is configured for specific outward expressions of gravity, tidal forces. Distant rhythm of this reactor makes peaceful tidal communication risky and difficult. Be cautious despite the range and penetration this unit is capable of. Electromagnetic conductors have liquefied the electrical energy into a corrupting material, a form of theoretical matter that should be used as the primary engagement tool. As a seducer or saboteur model, the unit's functions are inherently insidious. Rather than armor, the plastics are infinitely malleable and regenerate. It's safer to take damage head-on as an opportunity to infect rather than avoid. The unit can be contained, restrained, and impeded physically and tidally. So, subject to gravity, subject to physical restraint, but as we saw in that first encounter with Lunaterra, she got shot in the leg and kinda reformed around the bullet, but still impeded her physically a bit. But she successfully sorta drew in Lunaterra, talked her into getting the containment shell off of her, and then at the same time left a little scratch, a little love bite. So that's it for part 6 here. When we return, we'll explore our return. We will meet the Krun Macula from Saturn's perspective this time. And we'll see how long it takes before Saturn literally kills me with her ridiculous antics. Until then.